Indians pay 70% less than the world for medicines, but we still have one of the highest out of pocket healthcare expenses in the world. And quite a major portion of these expenses are medicine related, sending 5.5 crore Indians into poverty every year. So, where exactly are we going wrong, and how can we fix this? Welcome back to Revolution Read On, a daily podcast where we break down one story from the world of business and finance. Click on the subscribe button to never miss an update from us. Here's your story for today. The major problem here is the lack of insurance penetration in India. Most Indians do not have health insurance and have to pay for medicines out of their pocket. And even though Indian medicines are cheaper, sustained costs of buying these medicines are making Indians poorer. So, what can we do? Buy cheaper medicines. Yes, cheaper medicines exist, but most Indians don't buy them. Why? Because they don't have a brand name. Huh? Let's make this simple. There are two kinds of medicines in the market. Name brand innovator drugs are those that pharma companies have created from scratch after years of research. To ensure these companies get some returns on their years of investments, they get a 20-year patent in India. During this time, no one can copy their drug. When the 20-year patent period ends, anyone can use the formula and make these drugs. From specific, they go generic. Generic drugs ensure that the originator brand doesn't become a perpetual monopoly. But 20 years is a long period. It's enough for the originator to create a high recall in consumers' minds and ensure that they are the only ones in the market way beyond the 20-year period. Theoretically, after 20 years, original drugs should reduce prices as competition enters. However, because they are so closely associated with the disease, a fever for crocin, most people choose to stick to the branded drug and don't go for the generic ones. So prices remain high. That's not all. People do believe that the cheaper generic drugs, around one-fifth the price of innovative branded drugs, are of a lower quality. To solve this problem, the government has come up with a solution. Any drug whose patent has expired has to reduce its price by 50%. Though this is just a suggestion right now, it could cut down medicine prices. Great move, no? Wrong. This could only inspire pharmaceutical companies to raise the prices of their drugs when they are in the 20-year patent period, so that even when prices are halved, they could continue minting money. Remember Cobra effect? Solution: widespread acceptance of generic drugs. The government has tried to take a few steps to boost their popularity, like Number one, suggested that doctors prescribe the name of the underlying chemical in a medicine instead of a brand name. For instance, prescribe paracetamol instead of Calpol or Crocin. And number two, set up Jan Aushadhi portals where unbranded generic medicines are sold to the poor. But doctors and pharmacies still prescribe name brand innovator drugs because they get a higher sales commission. And there are only 3,200 Jan Aushadhi stores in India. So, what we need to do to make medicines cheaper is number one, make stringent rules regarding the manufacturing of generic medicines to boost public confidence. Number two, educate the public about generic medicines. And number three, increase the number of Jan Aushadhi stores. But wait. Right now, there's another major battle to be won to ensure that our medicines are cheaper: the India-UK Fair Trade Agreement. Curious to know more? Become a club member and get the last bit of this piece on our ReadOn Club WhatsApp group. And for now, it's a wrap. Thank you for listening to this episode. We'll be back with more on Monday. Until then, read on.